Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an impromptu video down on the beach side here in Bournemouth, in the county of Dorset on the south coast of England. It is a magnificent day, as you can see in the sky. The blue is beautiful. Hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody is feeling great and approaching their weekend in fine fettle. I know I am, thank you very much. I thought I would just bring this video to you because, well, it's a lovely day and you don't get much more spectacular views than this from Bournemouth Beach, I can tell you. I mean, I'm the other side of Bournemouth Pier, so to my left there, that would be going eastwards, is Boscombe, and then round to Christchurch, and then eventually round to the Isle of Wight there in the distance. But what I wanted to do was take a little up and down with this beauty here, the West Cliff Lift, and I just wanted to take a nice little photo or picture or two out of the front window and just kind of demonstrate something for you. And of course, in today's day, who would have thought you'd be snookered if you're carrying cash only? So I'm going to go in there, I'm going to jump on board, and I'm going to just film it from the outside through the window, and I'm going to just explain something, and otherwise just enjoy the day. So here we go. Never been on this. I've lived here 10 years and I've never been on this. Hi mate, you alright?
Yeah, right.
Good, thank you very much.
Good to hear. So, I'm assuming you want to use the lift?
Up and down, please.
Up and down, alright.
As it were. Thank you.
Just give me a second, select that for you. Perfect. That'll be £2.45.
Awesome.
Whenever you're ready. Would you like a receipt?
No, thank you. I don't need anybody knowing I was here, mate.
No worries.
No, it's all good. I'm just kidding. What do you want me to do? Just wait?
I'll open the lift.
All right, okay. Ready to go, yeah?
Yeah, just
brilliant.
at the top, if you could let my colleague know that you're doing a joyride.
Joyride, okay.
Just say joyride, who know what that is.
Yeah.
So no worries.
All right, brilliant.
There you go.
Sounds like something very... How long has this lift been here, the West Cliff Lift?
150 years.
150?
150 years.
So it was built, so we're talking 1876, this thing was built,
yes,
right?
Yes. And it survived World War One, I think, World War Two as well, I believe so.
Right.
And it's the same motor, the Rolls-Royce motor.
Really? The same Rolls-Royce motor of the original day?
Yes, it is. And the way it works, basically, you know when you wear a hoodie?
Yeah.
Have you ever pulled on the strings?
Yes.
You know when you pull one, the other one goes up?
Right.
Same mechanism here.
Right, I get you. Interesting. So it's all done on a pulley system?
Yep.
Wow.
I'll send you up now.
And Rolls-Royce, I didn't know that. I mean, they've got their fingers in all sorts of pies, haven't they?
They do.
Okay, well you send me up now and I'll be back in a second. I'll ask you another few more questions. Is that okay?
No worries at all.
Awesome, thank you mate. Cheers. So there we go. Built in 1876, powered by Rolls-Royce, on a pulley system, very reminiscent of that in San Francisco, where they have the same sort of cable systems for their trams. Right, let's have a look out of here and see if you notice something. I'm holding the phone still. I'm not moving it at all, one bit. Hello, mate. Here we go. Yeah, beautiful. Your colleague has sent me up for me to do a joyride. I'm just popping up and I'm popping that down.
All right.
And I'm asking a couple of questions about this. Thank you, my friend. Cheers. Right, so really what I was trying to demonstrate, which you can't really demonstrate very well here because we don't have enough elevation, although this is quite high up, is the height of one of the cliffs. But what you've noticed going up, and it would have continued that way had I continued up, is that the horizon line in my view remains exactly where it is. It doesn't move at all. Doesn't drop or anything like that. Anyway, this I find exceedingly fascinating, so let's have a quick look up there. See if we can grab the mechanisms there. There you can see the pulley wood. I mean, this is not exactly the Alps, I get it, or the Rocky Mountains, or whatever. But it's just interesting, isn't it, that yet again we have another unique pioneering thing that was built in 1876. So people didn't need to get up the cliff before then? No? Okie doke. So right in the distance there you see Boscombe Pier. And then in the foreground you see Bournemouth Pier. With, this time, a helter-skelter and the zip line thing. Anyway, I thought that was just interesting. I've always wanted to nip up and down on that and have a look and see, obviously, the sea view, which is as horizontal a level as they come. You know, there's absolutely no question of that. And it's a little something I want to talk about in a minute once I've completed the journey with this chap. 1 second. Oh, that was awesome. It was one hell of a view though.
But it's very beautiful.
It's very, how high are we up there on that cliff?
No, I can't give you the exact numbers, I do not know, but I think...
Must be about 100 feet, 150 feet?
100%.
Yeah.
100%, it's very, very high up. It's,
Yeah.
Probably, I would say, in my opinion, the best place you can go in Bournemouth.
This here? Yeah, I mean the view is absolutely sensational, right?
It's beautiful, yeah. Have you been at Sandbanks before?
Sandbanks?
Sandbanks.
A couple of years ago I popped in there to meet up with some people, but I don't know Sandbanks very well. No, I can't say I do. Why'd you ask?
No, I was just wondering, because if you like Bournemouth, Sandbanks is also
Sandbanks would be a place to go.
And Brownsea Island?
Brownsea Island, where the Scouts were formed, right?
Yes,
Lord
yes,
Baden-Powell. I knew that one because I was in the Scouts myself many years ago.
That's good to hear.
Many years ago, yeah.
By Pool Key.
Pool Key is lovely. I've been there because I've been on a journey on a boat to Harry Rocks and up to Swanage and back. That was nice. The Jurassic Coast is lovely anyways, and it's lots to see.
Yeah, a lot to see, a lot of pictures to take, and you can meet lovely people.
Definitely.
Question for you real quick is,
Yeah.
so are you a vlogger, are you a YouTuber? Or...
Yeah, no, what I do is I do have a YouTube channel. What I like to do is sort of question the official narrative a little bit on certain things. Like, for example, buildings. A lot of the buildings, the timeline doesn't fit when we were told they were built, etc., etc. So it's quite interesting. I'll tell you more about it and share with you my channel if you want as well.
Yeah,
you can,
just a minute.
I'll do it. After
Are
you.
you recording?
Over here I am. I'm talking to him,
okay,
yes.
okay.
No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
Thank you.
no
Sorry,
worries.
my darling. I'll go out.
Sorry.
Thank you. Oh well, there we go. But yeah, I'll ask him. I'll continue with him, and I'll leave my name with him. But this is so interesting, right? And there's loads of cliffs along here as well. You'd think there'd be a few more of these, but yeah, it's definitely a bit of a status symbol of the town to have had that built at the time when they did. And considering there's only one of them here, I think there is anyway. I'm not too sure there's any more of these lifts, but there we go. I'm just going to wait until this lady is finished here, and then I'll continue the conversation with the chap. Yeah. I mean, that colour is really coming through on the camera as well. Quite incredible. Well, it looks like they're having a conversation way longer than I expected, so I'm going to have to give this a... Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to call that a day because I don't want to interfere with the gentleman and his customers. But yeah, what I was going to say to him was that I kind of like to look at the historical narrative and ask some questions, especially once you realise and come to the realisation that we've been lied to on so many fundamental things. It makes it easier to look at things like that then moving forward. You know what I mean? You don't have those inhibitions or that feeling of having to keep up with consensus or what the neighbours think or what your family members think or whatever else. You've got yourself used to thinking for yourself, like properly thinking for yourself on a true level, not for others to see, but on a true personal level. Yeah. And I always come down to this area in Bournemouth, well, if I can, not only to sort of grab a bit of the sea air, obviously, but, you know, to look at this in front of me and remind me of that fact. You know, that we are blatantly being lied to, that everything we observe goes against everything we're told. That includes nonsense, purposely faked, you know, NASA stuff and space stuff and all that nonsense. Just getting to a point of absolute mockery and joke, really. Total mockery. So much so that kids are getting it. You know. So much of it around, you know. You have so-called politicians and pretend politicians stood in front of the camera openly acting like total goofballs and idiots, right? And things like that. We're just surrounded by nonsense and lies and theatre and drama, all to manufacture fear, to give everyone this impression that they're running out of time, everything has to be done quickly and this, that and the other. But no, it doesn't. Look at this. Anyway, right, my friend, I'm going to go. Sorry about that. I was
Yeah, no worries too.
I have a channel. It's called Sven P. Just Sven, the word Sven with a capital P behind it. It's on YouTube.
Is it right if you spell it out?
Yeah, Sven, like the word Sven, S-V-E-N.
I've got a pen for you. Just...
Can you hold the paper for me?
Yeah, I can do. So what, you travel around the UK? Or...
Yeah, I do it on my own, sometimes with friends, and we basically... it started off as a channel that was basically raising awareness a little bit to local stuff and things like that, and then through that grew other interests. Like I've always loved looking at architecture, right? Don't mind if I come back.
Yeah. I've got issue.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and I've always enjoyed architecture and looking at architecture, but there came a point where a few people were questioning it to such a degree that I decided to go and have a look myself and do other research along with it. So things like questioning the narrative in general. When were certain things done? When were bricks made first, manufactured? When did we have the first trains? When could we even transport tons of bricks before we even build buildings along cliff faces? How are you getting it here? Where are you quarrying it from? Where are you getting your manpower? We had no power drills, we had no hydraulic power, we barely had electricity, we had no cars or trucks or anything. But yet in Bournemouth, we see remnants of a tram system from 1850.
That's actually a very good point.
Right? And so these things about the historical narrative, and it all began with Victoria, which in Latin means victory, right? Everything starts with the Victorian age. All our inventions, everything that a society needs to live off, boots, police, postage stamps, Cadbury's, you name it, was all invented in the 1800s. What, so we didn't need to go to the football match in 1655? Or we didn't need chocolate in 1810? Do you know what I mean? It's like, why aren't people asking this question?
That's actually very, very good point.
Yeah.
I like that. You're curious.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm not trying to be a pain in any authority's arse. I'm literally just saying, well, look, I love the buildings, but I feel there's something else to them. Like if you ask anybody from the clergy or the town hall and you ask them for blueprints, none of them can find you any. Or they say we've got none, or they say they're locked, or whatever, locked away for safekeeping. My uncle built a house. I know just the paperwork and the planning alone took years. And it's horrible, it's horrific. They can't wait to get to the building bit. All right, it's so much. You would have a trace of that somewhere. Parliament in London, no construction footage of it at all. And don't forget, we've had photography since the 1830s, so there's no excuse to not have all this on film footage showing Brunel building this and building the Great Western Railway and building all these viaducts.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Right? How are you building that? With what bricks? Where you get them from? Etc. So that's what I'm looking at.
No, that's interesting. I really like that idea. I'll check you out.
Do leave a comment, and I'll know who you are if you quote this, and I'll stay in touch.
Michał, nice to meet you.
Michał,
yeah. I'm originally from Poland, so.
All right, nice one. Nice one. Jak się czujesz?
Jak się czuję? Dobrze dziękuję.
Good. Okay. See you soon, my friend. Take care. Okay, got to talk to him in the end. Sorry about that. This has turned into a right old personal video here. I'm not really paying much attention or being too courteous about anybody watching on, am I? I'm sorry about that. But yeah, there you go. That was the only bit of Polish I know, apart from one or two obvious swear words that you hear even walking down the street here. But that is interesting. I got a chance to talk about that a little bit. It's a topic that you can introduce to people and they don't get too upset about it because you're not questioning their whole, when you talk about things like, I don't even like the phrase flat earth, but if you are bringing into question the official narrative because you know that the way we measure earth, read maps, etc. requires flatness, level planes, right? That's a slightly different topic to get someone's attention on than an old building where you could say, well, I'm not too sure about that date, But then when you start going into further detail and then you start suggesting that perhaps our civilization as we know it today doesn't go back further than the beginning of the 1800s because of just the sheer small size of the population, the lack of everything that would have been around. There just was nothing around. There was nothing invented. We didn't even have bloody post offices or police. Nothing. Never mind shops and stuff and goodness knows what else. And we had no communication means. Right? How was anybody communicating? How were people from various villages even visiting each other? Unless you had a horse and a cart. Did everyone have one of them? Where are you getting your hay from? How are you feeding it? How are you maintaining everything? There's 1,000 questions to all of, questioning life as it was and wondering how that would have even been possible. The only way I can envisage it is that people had very, very little for a very short space of time because they had to get this society as we know it today up and running ASP. For it to work. But I don't think we're that far away from the origins of that. In fact, we're closer to our origins right now than what we're taught. Everything is the opposite of what we're taught. Power of contradiction, checkered floorboard, duality. And there's a few more words one could use there as well. Anyway, look, on that note, I've well exceeded what I was planning on doing with this video. So I'm going to say thank you for watching in. I'm going to get a nice shot over there. Yeah, thank you for looking in on this absolutely sensationally beautiful day today. Quite mild as well, as we have the RNLI lifeguard walking past. Yeah, and I will in the next few days put out a video more specifically regarding old world, falsified history, whichever you choose to name it. I shan't be invoking the word Tartaria because that's a region of Russia that still exists, the capital of which is called Perm. So anyway, on that note, I'll leave you with a view of Old Harry's Rocks and the Jurassic Coast, and I'll say to you all, I'll see you all soon. Some of you much sooner. Until then, take it all easy and ta-ta for now. I feel like